Greetings, honorable members.
Recording in progress.
May I just check? Committee support, the time is 9 o'clock. Just check if we have got the required numbers to proceed.
Yes, Chair, we have enough members to can start, Chair, yes.
Okay. I would then, without waste of time, just indicate, honorable members, as I greet you, and greetings to the ministry, department, registrar and administrator, civil society, structures that follow our discussions, as well as South Africans who are following deliberations of this committee from time to time on platforms created by Parliament. Just to deal with the rules on convening meetings on this platform, honorable members, we are reminded that this is the Committee of the National Assembly on Employment and Labour. We are bound by the rules of the National Assembly on meetings convened on this platform. You are therefore asked to ensure at all times that your mics are muted and your video camera switched off until you are recognized by the chairperson. And at that point, you will then proceed, once the chair recognizes you, to proceed and unmute your mic, switch on your video camera. If you are experiencing connectivity challenges, you'll indicate for the permission of the chairperson to switch off your video camera in a way that maximizes your bandwidth. From time to time, there may be those that lose connectivity. Please ensure at all times as you reconnect to the meeting that your video camera is off and your mic is muted, as mics are sensitive and could therefore pick up background sounds that can distract the meeting. Honorable members, in terms of the rules, point of orders are allowed. Of course, for you to raise that, you will raise your hand on the gadget that you would want to raise a point of order. In that way, if the chair is unable to see the hand, the committee support will also help the chairperson to identify the hand. You'd remain switched off in terms of your video and muted in terms of your mic until the chair recognizes for that point of order, and therefore proceed to raise the point of order on which the chairperson could rule upon in terms of the rules. We are further advised, honorable members, not to raise unnecessary point of orders to a point of collapsing the meeting on the platform. Having raised those as a way of reminder to guide us on how we need to qualitatively ensure that the meeting proceeds, we are now going to be moving straight. As I said, you are all welcomed, honorable members and all participants. The Portfolio Committee today has been convened for 2 items, and I would be asking that the committee support flight the agenda so that I am able to indicate what I want to indicate whilst all members are looking at the agenda. Committee support, as you are flighting the the agenda. We have two items as far as the notice received by all members. One is that of receiving the briefing with regard to the registrar and the administrator on matters relating to SIPAO. And the second item would have been an item with regard to a set of minutes that we need to look at. Honorable members, that's the agenda, as you'd see. I'm not sure my video is acting up now, but I hope you still can hear me and that I'm audible. That having been said, honorable members, it is just important, as we usually do, to guide the meeting, that this meeting serves as a follow-up to the Portfolio Committee meeting that we had with the registrar at the NSFAS building the other day. We concluded the discussion before the evacuation on this matter, and agreed that we would have such a follow-up meeting. We then planned to have the meeting on the 23rd of April, 2025. As you know, we had to reschedule the meeting because that date would have been a few days before the court and needed to give space for preparations for those that go to court, and therefore agreed that we bring this forth on the 21st of May as we're meeting here today. We did raise areas of concern on the report in terms of what could have been the brief, and agreed that those gaps will then be closed. So I'm raising this so that it's understood that it's not the first time. It's a follow through from that. Of course, honorable members, you would have received presentations. Of course, we would read presentations differently, but quite a lot of information that has been put through to members from the registrar. But you've also received, which on my part, not knowing whether it's technical glitches or what, but received also the report from the administrator midday yesterday. So that's one point I thought it's important to put forward, and that I have also this morning finally received the letter, but there was interaction between myself and the minister regarding the letter that she wrote to the chairperson of the committee regarding matters they may have on the issue of the report, and would have agreed that in the overview should be able to put those through, given that I would have not seen the letter well on time, probably would have considered things differently even by yesterday and communicate accordingly. With that having been said, honorable members, I'm not sure because on my side I do not see everyone, but I now see the minister is on the platform. I know initially I only saw the deputy minister. So at least the minister has honored the meeting to ensure that whilst there may have been a letter written, she's also able to come take the committee into confidence for the committee to make a proper call on the matter. So that's the guide really. And therefore we'll see as we proceed on the second item, which is just for the committee to approve its own minutes to have legal standing. At that point, we will be just the committee and proceed. I'm well aware, honorable members, that a number of you may also be competing with other activities, given your responsibilities as we move to the House sitting this afternoon in relation to the budget and the travel that happens in between. But we're going to try still and be qualitative in our engagement, managing all those challenges whilst we do our work as we are expected. Having said that, welcome, Honorable Minister and the team. And as I have said, I would now give you the opportunity to give us that overview on the first item that relates to unions placed under administration. The Honorable the Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Greetings to yourself and the honorable members of the Portfolio Committee, the Deputy Ministers, and all who are in attendance. May I please request that I mute my video to assist my bandwidth, Honorable Chair. I have connectivity issues where I am.
Permitted, Minister, can proceed.
Thank you so much for your indulgence, Chairperson. Chairperson.
Just hold, Minister. Honorable Slepe, on what point are you rising?
My apologies, Chair. Good morning. I'm just rising in the point of exigency. Honorable Mukwili, she's battling to join here. She doesn't have a link, and then she called that she can be assisted with the link so that she can join the visual. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Slepe. I'm sure committee support you would have heard. You'll attend to this part, including maybe putting it up in the WhatsApp group if it's not in the WhatsApp group. Of course, Honorable Slepe, you would have helped a great deal because we would not know why she's not on the platform. But secondly, because one was trying to rush, as I say, I also have my own things here, including the video that's not working properly. As a result, we dispensed with other formality, which is very important. Honorable Minister, with your indulgence, if we can just hold you a minute. We did a terrible mistake there in rushing to deal with formalities, that we did not record those apologies that may have been received. We only confirmed that members are on the platform. Just in case there are those, because this one is just about getting the link. Honorable Bahrain, I'm sure you would just hold a bit. I wanted to check with committee support if they've had any, except the members that are on the platform.
Thank you, Chair. I haven't received any apology, Chair. I'm not sure whether the Honorable Maetso's previous apology is still standing, but I haven't received any new apology, Chair. Thank you very much.
No, Honorable Maetso is on the platform from what I see on the side. That's why I'm saying almost it was like all members are on the platform. Honorable Bahrain. Honorable Bahrain, and
yeah, sorry, I was going to raise that point and also a roll call of who is there.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Bahrain. We've dealt with that part. Now, there are no apologies received by committee support. Neither members are raising any. So in that score, we don't have apologies. We are all here those who are supposed to be here, except for what has been raised as a challenge with the link. And I take it that matter is getting attention. Can we then proceed to give to the Honorable Minister? Thanks for your understanding, Honorable Minister.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chairperson. Thank you for the opportunity to address the committee on the issue that we are grappling with of SEPAO. And also just as a reminder on the rationale behind the registration of trade unions and employers' organizations in our country. Our starting point is the Constitution. Just as a reminder,
Please mute, Honorable Slebe. Honorable Slebe, please mute.
My apologies.
Yes, please mute. Just monitor your mic so that you are able to proceed. Sorry, that Honorable Minister, we really want to hear what you are putting up without distraction.
Thank you, Chair. Our Constitution guarantees freedom of association in Section 18 and the right to collective bargaining in Section 23. These rights are reinforced by South Africa's commitment to the International Labour Organization Conventions 87 and 98, which affirms the right to form and join organizations freely. To give effect to these rights, we have the Labour Relations Act No. 66 of 1995, which regulates collective bargaining in line with constitutional and international standards. The Act establishes the Registrar of Labour Relations, whose role is to ensure that unions and employers' organizations meet the requirements for registration, including democratic governance and financial accountability. Section 95 of the LRA mandates that organizations must adopt democratic constitutions, hold regular elections, and account to their members. Registered organizations must also submit annual audited financial statements and membership data. The purpose of registration is fourfold, Chairperson. Firstly, to promote orderly collective bargaining. Only registered bodies enjoy organizational rights under the Act. Secondly, to ensure labor market stability. A regulated environment reduces conflict and attracts investment. Thirdly, to enhance representation. Registration allows participation in institutions such as NEDLEC, bargaining councils, and the CCMA. And fourthly, to provide legal protection. Only registered organizations access protections under the Act, including rights during strikes and safeguards against unfair dismissal based on trade union activity. Chairperson and honorable members, the registration process is not a mere formality. It is a necessary safeguard for democracy within labor organizations. It is a tool for promoting industrial peace and a means of ensuring accountability to members and to the country at large. It strengthens our collective bargaining framework, encourages legal compliance, and supports our broader goals of inclusive growth, job creation, and social justice. Allow me, Honorable Chair, to address now the pressing matter relating to the administration of one such labor organization. We have been invited to this portfolio committee, and we want to reaffirm our full recognition of the constitutional oversight function of the portfolio committee. As the Minister of Employment and Labour and my deputy ministers, we remain committed to full accountability to Parliament. However, we must indicate upfront that the department received an invitation separately from the invitation to both the registrar and the administrator. And as such, the only report that we received in preparing for this portfolio committee was a report that was presented to us as a briefing as the ministry by the registrar, and the administrator were neither aware nor able to receive the report from the administrator until only last night when I received a copy shared by the PLO. So that means the report was directly submitted to Parliament without being shared with either the department or the Registrar of Labour Relations. This sequence of events has made it difficult for us to prepare a proper and informed response or presentation or overview to this meeting. It is also important to clarify that while the administrator has submitted reports in the past, those reports do not address the core issue that are of concern to the department. This lack of substantive engagement limits our ability to exercise effective executive and oversight role over the administration and also the registrar and all the work that he is supposed to be doing on our behalf and to respond appropriately. As you have mentioned, Chairperson, you will recall that we've been engaging with your good selves and also that the registrar wrote to this committee in April this year, formally advising that there is pending litigation between administrator and the office of the registrar. And as such, we are not sure in terms of the presentation that has been submitted by the administrator if there is no correlation or a link in terms of the content of what this committee is to deal with versus what is before the court. The fact that this matter has reached the courts is indicative of how strained the environment has become. It reflects a broader pattern where the reports submitted do not grapple with the real issues, thereby undermine effort to resolve the matter constructively. We must also point out that the term of the administrator is coming to an end next month, end of June. And this makes it all more important that we receive the necessary information and clarity to determine the way forward and to ensure proper governance and accountability. I'm not sure, Chair, in terms of the content of what we'll be discussing today, if we'll be able to distinguish between the different roles of the legislature and the executive and the administration. And as such, I want to respectfully request that as the ministry and the department, we be allowed by the committee to have time to consider the reports that are submitted before you by both the registrar and the administrator and their contents, and return back with a comprehensive and informed presentation to your good selves. This is my respectful submission to this esteemed House, Honorable Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable members, you've heard the presentation from the Minister and the request made to the Portfolio Committee, given the circumstances. Of course, before one rules on how we need to proceed, given that we convened the meeting as the committee, I would check if there are members who would want to respond to what the minister would have raised or any clarity that they did before one makes that ruling. I see Honorable Behram, your hand is up. I'm not sure whether I want to speak on this matter or it's a legacy hand.
No, I want to speak on this matter.
All right, I just want to note those that want to to speak on the matter before I guide the committee with a ruling on how we proceed. Just want to get my note here. Honorable Bahrain will be followed by Honorable Mukwili. Those are hands I see for now. Honorable Bahrain, you can proceed in the meantime for us to save the time as I note the hands.
Thank you, Chair. I really appreciate it. Chair, I listened to what the Honourable Minister had to say, and I absolutely agree with her. She should be entitled to consider, take advice, get feedback from her own ministry and her legal advisors, and it would be very unfair to put them on the spot right now, and I would agree with that entirely. But the whole concept of audi outram partem in law allows her to at least get advice and to at least contemplate what this report is all about. I'm not sure why it wasn't sent to the ministry, and that's something we should actually put on our agenda and find out what's going on here, because that sounds like they're trying to take the minister by ambush. So thank you for allowing me that. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Bahrain. Honorable Mukwili, you can proceed.
Thank you very much, Chair. I also agree with what the minister has said. You know, it's a set day, but there's nothing that we can do. If she was not taken on board, it will be unfair for her to even comment on the report that she just received yesterday. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mukwili. Honorable Mpele.
Okay, thank you very much, Chair. I also concur with the last speakers because even to us as well, it will be a fatal exercise even to discuss it if maybe the minister who she is supposed and the department as a whole when they have to when then it's
I hear you. That's why.
for the fact that they are going to present it to us. And then now, even with the questions that we'll be having, so it will be unfair because they won't be able to can even answer those questions without given an opportunity to can go through the whole document. So in other words, without wasting any time, I concur. Thank you so much, Chairperson.
I'll take Honorable Zungula and then Honorable Nzela.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning to the Minister, yourself, and the colleagues. Chair, without sounding repetitive, firstly, I do concur. However, I think we need to set timelines so that it's not just an open-ended request. Secondly, we need to find a way to ensure that in future, when there are going to be engagements in the committee, all the stakeholders that will need to appear before the committee are given sufficient time to process all of the matters in which they are going to appear before the committee for, to avoid a case whereby we sacrifice or put aside the other work happening in other committees only to come to this particular committee and this is the eventuality. I think that is if we do not set rules or do not affirm rules for future purposes, it might impede the work of the committee going forward. So whilst you are agreeing, I think let us set a tone as to how to prevent this from happening in the future. Thank you.
Honorable Nzela.
Thanks, Honorable Chair. Good morning to you, Honorable Minister, Deputy Ministers, Honorable Members. Good morning. Chair, I rise to concur with the honorable members with regard to agreeing that we should in fact defer the matter on the understanding that honorable minister would then have time to consider the submission made. We also have to take into account with regard to the timelines that we have an adopted program. Maybe perhaps the office of the chair would then advise on the most appropriate way to go about, because I don't want to impose a timeline, notwithstanding that we have a standing program. So your guidance in this regard it will be helpful, Honorable Chair. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Honorable Nontsele. Honorable Slebe, are you still on this point?
Yes, Claro, thank you very much. Yes, I do concur with this, with my colleagues, Chair. Furthermore, I just want to commend the minister in this regard that this is to show the respect to the committee being opened with this. I do concur that, yeah, you as a chair is going to be easy for you to take the ruling because it already shows the direction. I thank you.
No, thank you, Honorable Sleb. Honorable Nontsele, are you coming back? Again, I see your hand.
No, it's a legacy hand.
Oh, it's a legacy one. Okay, thank you. Honorable members and Honorable Minister, I think you've heard it for yourself that there is the approval from the committee on your request, but also the appreciation that you took the leadership role of owning up that if there are to be challenges, you would have to deal with them even in the future. And you must be given then the space to really apply the mind. Of course, the issue about the timeline to come back, Honorable Nontsele has made that clarity. It will be the same way of interaction that we do through the PLO and the department to check the readiness and see based on that readiness, because it has to be a thorough job given everything else that you've now mentioned with terms ending and all that. That you do it thoroughly, give you time, and that if there's an adjustment to make in the program, we'll certainly do so. I hope I'm quite audible. I can you can hear properly on your side that we would not want to keep you long and your team, but give you space to go and work with the registrar, who also, in terms of law, is the one working with the administrator on this matter. And also thank them to also come and be present, both at the registrar and the administrator, so that it's understood that this is, at least from the committee, that we support that's the route to go. It's unless there's a point you are not clear on, Honorable Minister, before I close on this item and move to the other item of the committee.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chairperson and honorable members of the Portfolio Committee. Thank you for your indulgence and also for your understanding of the circumstances we find ourselves in. And I will keep you posted, Honorable Chairperson, and I will also even engage on the issues that we think we need to deal with and come back to you so that at least we are able to get counsel from your side in terms of what would be the time expected for us to come back. Otherwise, we appreciate the honorable members and thank you very much for your indulgence and your leadership.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, and your team. Like we said, we would release you if you so wish. And I'm saying so wish because meetings of the committee are open to the public too. So, but if you really want to leave the platform, will allow you as the committee deals with the next item of the committee. Committee support. Committee support. Can you flight? Committee support. Mr. Sakasa, can you hear?
Yes, Chair. Is it now visible, Chair?
Yes, it is. Honorable members, hereby present the draft minutes of the proceedings of the committee meeting held on the 7th of May 2025 on virtual platform. For now on attendance. Honorable members, given that there are no matters of correction raised, as we're scrolling through the report, may I then check if we've got a mover from those who are present, a mover and seconder for adoption of minutes of the 7th of May. Honorable Nkopane, I see your hand. Honorable Nkopane, I see your hand. You are muted. Unmute.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Good morning to you and the meeting. Chair, I move for the adoption of the minutes of the 7th. They are a true reflection of our discussions. Thank you very much.
Honorable Nkopane moves. Can I get a seconder? Honorable Mukwile, you are recognized.
Yes,
Honorable-
Chair, I do second the mover of the adoption of minutes.
The minutes have been moved and seconded. Any objection in us adopting the minutes? Or is that an
No.
objection? Okay,
No,
Honorable.
no objection. No objection.
Okay, I thought you were objecting. The minutes have then been moved and seconded, and there's no objection. The minutes are therefore approved as a true reflection of our meeting of the 7th of May 2025, and will form then the record of the committee. I take it that Mr. Sakasa, that would have been the last item.
Yes, correct, Chair. That would have been the last item on the agenda.
Okay. Thank you. Honorable Mukwele, your hand is up.
Thank
On
you
what-
very much. No, thanks very much, Chair. I'm having a bit of a concern in terms of today's meeting, the communication thereof. Because according to if it was not of the PMG and Honorable Selebe, I wouldn't know that the meeting is virtual. I just received a connectivity now, 10 minutes after the meeting has started. So I don't know whether the support team does not have my details, and since when do they not have my details for the meeting? I was led by the program that says the meeting is at room 201. So it's a concern for me that I need to record, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Mukwele. But may I just check committee support? I'm not sure it was your voice, Mr. Sakasa.
Chair, the notice I sent out last week did mention that we're having it virtual, Chair. And I don't know, I have the correct, I think I have the correct email address of Honorable Mkwele, and is included in that. Maybe there was something in the emails then that didn't go through to her, Chair. I don't know, because it is there. I just checked, Chair. Thank you.
Okay, I think we do note, Honorable Mukwele, that you've raised the point and the response thereof. I think what we can try and do in the future is to do what we would have asked now, that whilst the notice is sent on email, that we can also put something on the WhatsApp group, just in case there are technical glitches. Like I would have said with the letter from the minister, I couldn't see such until this morning as I was engaging with the committee support, and hence we allowed that comes here. We could have ruled differently, like I said. So I think it's the way to just balance it, that we send it on both email and put it in the platform so as to help each other in that way. With that, honorable members, thanks, and the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Chair.
I object, Chair.
Slepe, I'm now going to remove you from the platform in a meeting that is adjourned. I'm going to remove you from the platform of a meeting that is adjourned. So,
Remove him, Chair. I agree
so
with you. Remove him.
he was prepared. He wants to stay in the meeting.
Chair, the meeting was from 9 to 1.
No, still have the time.
Chair, when I get the chance, I do object. You must know that when I get a chance, I do object.
Yeah,
I don't have time.
I get this.
The notification says from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, it's clear.